Are the terms cracker, white trash, and redneck racist? I wonder who came up with these phrases.
I'm fairly certain that you're going to give us an unbiased history lesson here, Cheska.
Often when we talk about white privilege, a common rebuttal is, I can't be privileged, I grew up poor, or tell that to a homeless person. But being disadvantaged in one area doesn't negate privilege in others.
You're right, Cheska, it doesn't. Case in point, if you and I were married, you would and got divorced, you would have more privilege than I would in that divorce proceeding, statistically speaking. If we had kids, you'd get the kids and I would be paying child support and or alimony. Again, that is just the way it happens here. Unfortunately, men are underprivileged in divorce proceedings. That's been that way since the feminist movement, and I don't see it going anywhere soon. So yes, in this situation, you have more privilege than I do. So yeah, I can kind of agree with you on that point, but I'm sure that's not what you mean.
White privilege doesn't erase the existence of poor white people or the challenges they face due to their class. Nor do discussions of white privilege erase the harmful stereotypes about being poor and white. Take, for example, the terms cracker, white trash, or redneck. All of these terms have been aggressively used by a white upper class to insult a white underclass. While these terms have become racialized over time, they have a classist origin that goes way back. Let's start with cracker. While linguistic history is always murky,
And damn it, Jesse, you're going to do your damnedest to make it even more murky, aren't you?
recent research has shown that in the 16 and 1700s, British aristocrats used cracker as a shortened version of cracked brains, or idle-headed, to disparage lower-class people as dumb and lazy. It was then imported to colonial America and used by wealthy elites to disparage poor whites. A letter to the Earl of Dartmouth said, I should explain to your lordship what is meant by crackers. They are a lawless set of rascals on the frontiers of Virginia, Maryland, the Carolinas, and Georgia, who often change their places of abode.
I understand this woman here is trying to throw some entertainment in with the education, air quotes. But dang it, if I wanted to hear a bad English accent, I'd go watch Keanu Reeves in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Basically, it was a way to disparage people as lazy, lawless, and most importantly, landless, which is a hoity-toity way of saying poor. So this term was started by rich white people to disparage poor white people. It was all about them being poor, not about them being white. Hashtag historical context matters.
Okay, Jessica, if historical context matters, let me throw a word at you that you may be familiar with. The word is nigger. Now, that word has its foundings way back in the 1600s with the Spanish and the Portuguese to describe the Ethiopians, and that word was negro, which means black. Now, it wasn't used as the derogatory word then, as it is now. It was basically used to describe the skin complexion of a particular group of people who went from light brown to very, very, very dark brown. You know, it's almost as if the meanings of words sometimes change.
The term was later used by African American slaves and Northern sympathizers as a shortened version of whip cracker, in reference to the whip-wielding plantation workers. So yes, the word cracker was racialized, but the slaves weren't oppressing poor white people by using the term because they were still slaves.
Oh, okay, so we're going with the Sean King and Ray McKesson definition of what racism is. Look, in academic circles that may hold true, but to the layman, it's all about whether or not you mean the word like cracker in a derogatory way and you're pointing it at somebody who happens to be white.
Hashtag historical context still matters. White trash shows up next.
So everyone, she just basically goes on and brings up the other words that are in the title of her video to basically excuse away the words because they were invented by white people. So let's just cut to the end.
So are terms like cracker, white trash, and redneck racist? Well, no. They've been racialized, but they're not racist.
So she wants us to believe that although these terms have been racialized, that somehow they're not racist. Look, Cheska, just because someone is not oppressed, depressed, or whatever, that doesn't mean that they can't be racist. Look, like it goes back to what I said earlier. If you want to go into the academic realm and talk about race theory and how black people or people without power can't be racist, then that's fine. But like it or not, most people are not academics. Again, they are laymen, and all they are concerned about is that when you use phrases like white trash, cracker, redneck, or whatever, that you're using those words against somebody in a racist, pejorative, derogatory way. That's all that matters. So, that's just not how it works with the average Joe. So basically what we've learned from this video is that words can and do change meaning. And if nothing else, we've also learned from Chessy here that if the terms are invented by white people and still applied to white people, then they're not racist. Utter bullshit. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. You know who's flung the poo? Today, it's one Francesca Lee of MTV's Decoded. Wish that shit would get demoted. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs. Please give me a subscribe. And again, guys, hopefully the video is a little bit better than it was the last time. I'm still looking for some stuff to do it. I found a new program. Trying it out. Seems to work okay. I'm still trying to figure out how to work it more efficiently. But I hope you like this video better than the last ones, and hopefully at some point the mic will get better too. Anyway, guys, share this. Hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.